Good morning to everyone. My name is David Casella, nurseryman and palm and cycad specialist at Earthworks Nursery. I just wanted to do a little video shoot on this Phoenix dactylifera Medjool edible date palm. We had to just recently transplant it a couple days ago from one area of the parking lot to a next in reference to reconstruction of our parking lot to add more spaces for our customers. And I just wanted to do a discussion about it. John shot video of it actually being transplanted with a big crane truck. So a very large truck with a 90. That's just the name of it for the size of the scoops, and goes right down into the ground around the base of the tree as if it's taking a scoop of ice cream from an ice cream container, the whole roof all in all. It's important that we build, you can see some of my water's running out, but it's important, like when we install all our palm trees, we build a berm or a moat with the excess soil so it holds the water and this gets a good soak, especially that it's been just recently transplanted. You have a process called transpiration taking place where the roots were growing into the ground for many years. This has been planted here, I assume 15 plus years. A process called transpiration, which is root being severed, so you have water transpiring or leaving the root system because it's been cut from its source that it was growing at over there. So we have to keep it a little extra saturated, but probably have to do this on a daily basis unless we receive at least an inch of rainfall. That would suffice for the watering. Also, another important issue is with a tree of this size and magnitude, we have our tripod of 2x4s braced in here at a 45-degree angle, evenly spaced, and typically these are on here for about 6 to 12 months. Now we're getting into hurricane season, and even sometimes in our daily afternoon diurnal thunderstorms, we can get wind gusts of 40 to 50 miles an hour, which may do a number on this. So it's very important to keep these braces on here. And you can see we have burlap, the 2x4, so nothing's actually screwed into the trunk. It's protected by the burlap and the 2x4 bracts here. But going back to the tree, this is a Phoenix dactylifera. They are native to the Middle East region, so they're accustomed to a very dry and arid climate. But for some reason, this tree actually grows here in throughout the whole state of Florida. It can tolerate our rainfall and humidity. The only thing is it does flower this time of year like any other palm, and you can see the size of the date. They're the same dates as the ones you buy at the store. However, really here they don't mature because of our humidity. The tree will grow and tolerate our rainfall and humidity. It just doesn't produce viable edible fruit because of the high amount of rainfall and humidity. They kind of fall off and succumb to that decline from the humidity and so forth. And now is a good time to fertilize your palm. You probably notice if you have established palms, usually May through June they start flowering, and now their flowers are going to seeds. I've just recently answered a call from a customer on a queen palm that he bought here 3-4 years ago. He wanted to ask me why one palm was flowering more than the other. I told him one might be a little more advanced, or due to genetic issues you may get 3 or 4 flower stalks versus 4. And he said, you know, he didn't want to deal with the seeds. I says, well, as soon as the flower comes out and it extends its full length, you can cut it off before it seeds. And I told him it's nothing wrong with it. It's just the matter of the tree trying to reproduce itself. So, but definitely could fertilize this time of year. Give them your summer fertilization, and occasionally, like this will probably need to be eventually trimmed because it's using its energy to put out new roots. So it'll try to shed some of those bottom fronds because the tree needs a lot of energy to reproduce roots. So it's better to have less fronds on it so it can concentrate on reproducing new roots and be healthy in its new site. Please, everyone, sterilize your pruning tools. Even if you have a yard maintenance company come and trim your palms, there's a little issue going around called Texas Phoenix palm decline. It affects queen palms and Phoenix, which this is a Phoenix, and it's usually spread from, it's called Fusarium wilt. It was prevalent in the late 90s and early 2000s in California. Now it's made its way out here. That is actually spread from an infected tree from one tree to the next from unsterilized pruning shears. So I've had I don't believe they were customers of mine, but I've had a couple people come in and a couple calls that they have maintenance companies that are trimming their trees, and I tell them it's hard to see the symptoms, but you got to make sure you sterilize your pruning equipment either with alcohol or even bleach. Of course, that sounds a little crazy, the bleach, but that'll kill any kind of fungus or bacteria or virus on your blades. But it's really important because that could be transferred from one tree to the next. And it's not too late in the year to plant your palm trees. All our palms are field grown and root pruned all their lives. That helps with keeping the shock down, but you can plant a field grown palm tree any time of the year, January through December. Of course, the watering and fertilization requirements will change as the temperature and climate, seasonal climate